People need to know that I'm not using drugs right now. You could drug test me right this second, and I would drug test completely clean except for marijuana. I'm not doing anything to harm my child. I'm doing everything I can. For people to sit there and degrade me and say that I'm a mom and all this other stuff, you know, it's not right, and they don't even know the situation.
Well, Sara and Sadie both claim they haven't used anything other than marijuana in a couple of weeks, and then as we got to talking, we found out, well, that's not true.
Since we got here.
Since they've been here, they've used cocaine and marijuana as well. Joining us now on the stage is the medical director for the Los Angeles Department of Child and Family Services, well-known author, a member of my advisory board, Dr. Charles Sophie. Dr. Sophie, thank you for being here. Also, I've asked Los Angeles-based attorney and child advocate Areva Martin to be here, and I would like to talk to her about Sara's unborn baby's rights here in just a minute. You two have been listening to everything we've been talking about so far here. Yes. And we've got three people involved here. We've got Sadie, she says she's an addict. We've got Sara, who says no, she's not, but she does use drugs. And then we have an unborn child here that's now at 7 months, would you say? Almost 7 months, so certainly viable at this point. Now, you know, there's a lot of history you may have missed that we talked about while you were gone that the two of you heard. Your mother's parenting skills when you two were growing up was abominable. In my opinion, she was negligent, she was abusive, she was an alcoholic. The stress that was placed on the two of you during that time, you probably don't even have an appreciation for how divergent that is from what you deserved to have. We saw stress signs in you at 2 years old, pulling your hair out, 5 years old, trying to jump out a window, drinking leftover alcohol, sitting around. I look at the two of you and I don't ask myself why you have problems with drugs and anger and dysfunctional behavior. I ask myself, why not? I mean, I totally get it. I know why you are making the choices you're making, and there's nothing you can do to undo that now, but you can do the right thing now. So I get it. I get it. It isn't fair. You didn't get a fair shake when you were growing up. You didn't. You deserved better, and you didn't get it. Sadie, you deserved so much better. Neither of you got what you deserved. But that legacy has to stop at some point. I don't want you to do the same thing with your baby that your mother did with you.
I don't want that to happen.
You know, I don't want that to happen for either one of you. I really don't. But at this point, let's talk about this baby at this point, because I understand, but Sara seems to minimize and trivialize this. I want to talk about it medically and legally. Areva, what about this baby's rights here?
You know, Dr. Phil, talk about cases of babies having babies. This is just a prime example of a baby having a baby. And thank you for stepping up for this unborn child. And in states across this country, women who abuse drugs while pregnant are criminally prosecuted. They're put in jail, they're fined, they're forced to go to counseling. So you're not only risking your freedom, you're risking having that baby in jail. So this is such a serious matter here, and I'm hearing you, make excuses for it. But what I want you to leave here with today is that you can be in jail. Do you want to have your baby on the floor of a jail? And someone take that baby away even before you can touch, coddle, or name that child? That's what we're talking about here, some very serious implications for you criminally as well as civil commitment for you and having that baby taken away from you. So Dr. Phil, this isn't just about, getting Sara help. This is about that baby being put in a safe place.
Do you have a story or a question for me? Click the link in the description and tell me what in the world is going on.